Mark Robinson, reflections on the match.
Oh, weather ruined, wasn't it? Which was a shame, obviously, and it became about bonus points. The wicket, which had actually been quite a good cricket wicket for most of the game, just died a death today, which was a little bit disappointing and a bit of a surprise, because we felt with it being under covers, it might have actually done a tad more, but it didn't. It just got very, very flat, and with the outfield being a bit damp and wet, the ball got a bit softer, and it became about just trying to dislodge Trescothick, who you'd have to say played as good as innings on a very, very good wicket, as you'll see.
But a return of 11 points from the match, Mark, and we're conducting this interview not knowing what's happening down at the Ageas Bowl. That's a good return if Hampshire don't win.
Look, to get maximum batting points on 3 games consecutive is a great achievement, and especially with some of the nonsense that's been said this year. We'd like an extra bonus point at least, wouldn't we, on the bowling? But like you say, to come out with 11 in a rain-affected game is as much as probably you could hope for, expect. You'd like to maybe a 12 or 13 if you're getting greedy. And it's all eyes now, obviously, on what's happening at Hampshire. We just hope that Yorkshire can, get over the line now.
Let's wind the clock back 3 or 4 days. 171 for 6 at that stage on the first day. Sussex in a deal of trouble, but a terrific counter response from Asher Zaidi, and we'll talk about Mike Yardy in a minute. But
yeah, look, we felt the wicket would be a bit flatter than it was. We felt it'd be like maybe it was today, a bit earlier, but it actually had a bit in it. But it did come on, and it was the feedback we had all the time. It was coming on beautifully. The outfield was quick, and we were probably a wicket down too many all the time. A couple of loosest shots, but that partnership between Zaidi and Yardy was so important. But it was a bit like the Yorkshire game. You can't underestimate Ed Joyce. In the Yorkshire game, because Yards and then Ollie had the partnership with Ollie Robinson, etc. And Brownie came in. Joyce's 100 early doors got forgotten about, and it's a bit the same with the captain, who was a bit unlucky to be given out down the leg side for 80 odd. But he set us up, and then Yards and Zaidi really got us into good place.
A word about Mike Yardy.
Oh look, it's very difficult to put into words what this club thinks of Michael Yardy. He epitomises everything that's good about it. He's a man of integrity, of immense courage, mental courage, and obviously been such a good player for us and a big player for us. But when your best players leave, they don't only leave. You don't only just lose their ability on the pitch and what they give you on the pitch, but they leave a huge hole in the dressing room. Because Yards is, as I say, a fantastic role model for all the dressing room. He's one that any player of any age can go to for advice and guidance, and the coach, including me, can go to for advice and guidance. And now and again, we'll all get our bollockings off him as well. And you can't replace that. You can grow that over time, and you can try and hope there's somebody else in your system who over time will step up. But in the short term, it just leaves a hole.
Cricket seems to have a habit of doing things properly. That was a rather nice touch from Somerset when Michael Yardy left the field for the last time, and your own players.
Yeah. Obviously, likewise, Yorkshire in the last game. Look, sometimes players get it wrong on the pitch and overstep the mark, but ultimately, it's a good game that we play, and we're all connected. Supporters, media hope, and players and umpires by love of the game, and that's got to always come out, and it comes out in lovely touches sometimes, as you said, demonstrated by the Somerset players.
You said, Mark, earlier on some of the nonsense that's been said about your batsmen this season. Has that hurt some of the players?
Of course it does. Look, it is because it's got to be dealing facts, you see. At the moment, so as you will know as a good journalist, we've got more hundreds than any team in the country, as you will know, going into this game. And that isn't just over the last couple of games. So, look, it's emotion. We play an emotional support, and people have a lot to say because it's very emotional. And we know that at times this year our performances haven't been good enough, especially in that 50-over cricket. But we also know we've been hamstrung by injuries. So there's the things we need to address in the winter, but there's also things that we need to make sure isn't took out of proportion.
You head to Leeds now, assuming, as we say, that Hampshire lose. There's still a little bit of work to do, but what are your thoughts looking ahead to that game, Mark?
Well, you're making the assumption Hampshire's got over the line. If Yorkshire's got over the line, if Yorkshire get over the line, obviously we've got a bit of a safe. It means Hampshire need to win, and we need to obviously pick up some bonus points. But look, Yorkshire are going to get all their stars back, aren't they? All their England players, and we know we go to a place where as a result we get against a very tasty seam attack. So all the newfound confidence and belief we've got back in our bat in the last couple of games are probably going to be shown. I'm going to have to show that resolve. You'll be looking to your big players as always, like Yardy and Ed Joyce, etc., Chris Nash, to step up. But we've showed some resilience, we've showed some runs down the order, and we're going to need all that at Leeds.
I've got to ask you about the declaration today down at the Ageas, but what was your reaction as that was happening today, Mark?
Well, emotionally, you're cheesed off, aren't you? It's just a normal reaction. I thought it was quite a generous declaration by Yorkshire. I think they could have demanded a bit more from the declaration, but if they win, it's fine. If they lose, you think they should have gone a bit harder. But I'll leave it for you guys to put into question whether things like that should be happening in this stage of the season. It's for you boys to speculate, not for me.
Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.